Hey, happy hump day, everybody. So, if I've been thinking, I wouldn't have lent the book to my daughter before I did the book review. So, I have nothing here. Anyhow, you probably already know this because I had the interview with John Scalzi last week, or excuse me, Sunday. Wow. Guess that wasn't quite last week. It's been a long week. What can I say? But I did read When the Moon Hits Your Eye. This book is very, very cheesy. Yeah, it had to be said. I said it. I only slightly regret it, but it's there. However, Scalzi manages to make this book very cheesy, but it owns it, and so therefore it ends up being a fun romp. Imagine, if you will, that one day the moon just unexpectedly turns into cheese. I'm sorry, organic matrix, as NASA wants to call it. Was it organic matrix or matter? I think it was matrix. Again, I don't have the book in front of me anymore, but 99% sure it was matrix. And what makes this book work is that the people in the book completely own the fact that this is 100% ridiculous. But the fact that it's ridiculous doesn't mean that in the book it's not true. So they have to deal with it. We get a huge amount of points of views here, and it's pretty much everybody that you would think. I mean, you've got the people running around with their heads cut off. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. They don't know what to do. You've got the people who are like, fine, whatever, we're screwed. They've just given up. And you've got, I think, where a lot of us probably stand, where it's like, yeah, the moon has turned into cheese, but the boss still expects me to be in the office on Monday. Yeah, crazy stuff is happening, but I've still got a life to live, bills to pay. So until the world ends, yeah, nobody's buying my Fruit Loops for me. Anyhow, and part of what's great behind this book is he's really writing this as more of it's an idea book. Yes, it's obviously a science fiction book, although even John Scalzi will admit that the science part of the fiction is a little on the loosey goosey side. But it's how do we react to things when science doesn't have the answer for us, when faith doesn't have the answer for us. There's no religious text that covers the moon turning into cheese, so nobody's prepared for this. Biblical flood, yeah, we got a few people that could handle this, dying in a burst of fire, okay, Revelations, we've got that covered. Moon turning to cheese, yeah, nobody had that on their bingo card. So anyhow, so it's about people, how they deal with these things when there's no playbook to go by. And again, he covers it. We see things from NASA's point of view. We see things from ridiculously entitled billionaires' point of view. No, we're not going there. But we see things from the everyday person's point of view. We see things from somebody in the pulpit's point of view. And the fact that it leans into the ridiculousness really, really what make this book works. I think you've already figured out where I'm going with this. This book is a 5-star for me. I can't really. Somebody's going to be if you're one of those people who needs hard science fiction. No, this book's not for you. We're not going to be explaining that. This is why a giant rock turned into cheese. But it also doesn't get explained away with some elder god or anything like that. So it's not fantasy. But I think it does have to solidly sit in the science fiction realm, just because of the stuff that's covered. Yeah, but like I said, if you can have your science fiction without the hard science, then I think you're really going to enjoy this book. Just go into it with an open mind and enjoy the heck out of it. I did. And if you want a little bit more details, because again, I don't want to hit any spoilers on what happens or how it wraps up. But if you want to see a little bit more, obviously go ahead and check out the interview that I had with John on Sunday. Do I know him well enough to call him John? I don't know. And it's one of those things, I never want to feel like I'm name dropping, but I also don't want to. I feel like sometimes Mr. Scalzi might be just a little too stuffy as well. So anyhow, I'll make that one of the videos that pops up at the end of this. It comes out March 25th. You've got plenty of time to pre-order it. And I will give a shout out to Jay and Mary's Book Center in Troy, Ohio. That is where John says if you ever want a book signed or personalized, obviously if he's on a book tour, you can try to catch one of the bookstores he's at, but that is his quote-unquote hometown bookstore. And he won't guarantee how quickly it'll wrap around because he does have to actually get out there. He doesn't live in the city proper. But that is a place you could always reach out, and you'll be supporting a mom and pop shop. So there's nothing to dislike about that. All right. And of course, if you want to support the channel, my first thing is, of course, go to a mom and pop shop, but there's a couple of affiliate links down below if you do not have a local independent bookstore near you. And I won't be mad if you use those either. All right. Catch you later, guys. Have a good one.